Hi guys, welcome to the Drop That Podcast. I'm your host, Eddie Jax. This episode is brought to you by Layback TV. Over 10,000 channels, movies on demand, every sports channel, all the languages and HBOs. Y'all can look on your screen, boop, right there, okay? Laybacktv.com, where you can see how you can download your iPhones, Androids, and your Fire Sticks, okay? And give them a shout out on their Instagram at official_layback.tv. Now let's get into some motherfucking fight talk. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Guys, you guys cannot fucking believe this, alright? We got boxing and MMA and a shitload of news when it comes down to these, okay? Let's get boxing out of the way because boxing is, you can't believe everything that we got going on right now in boxing, okay? In the works is William Zepeda taking on Lamont Roach for Shakur Stevenson's WBC 140-pound title. Okay, that's super lightweight. Okay, they had to strip Shakur Stevenson when he challenged Teofimo Lopez for the IBO super lightweight title. What's the super lightweight? No. I think it was super light welterweight. What was it? 47, 40? Oh yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm taking that back. I'm a little confused on that one now. I'm a little confused. Hold up. The WBC title, because technically Shakur Stevenson had the 135-pound title. 135. And they're saying that they're gonna possibly fight William Zepeda versus Lamont Roach for the WBC title that was held by Shakur Stevenson, which was at 135 pounds, not 140. And then we're going to get, they're working on Gervonta Davis versus Pitbull Cruz Part 2. If that's not at 140, I don't give a fuck. Respectfully, I don't. At 135, it was a back and forth, but let's call it what it is. Lamont Roach went to 140, and, he challenged Pitbull Cruz. You know what I'm saying? Was it Pitbull Cruz? Yeah, he challenged him. And, went to a draw, But we need Gervonta Davis at 140. There is nothing interesting at 135 anymore. Okay, moving on. Mario Barrios, the former 147-pound WBC champion at welterweight, he lost his title to Ryan Garcia a couple weeks back. He's making the leap. He's making the leap to 154, which is very interesting because we got a lot of interesting 154-pound guys there, and I'm not sure he wants anything to do with them. We got Virgil Ortiz there. We got Bouts Ennis. Hell, we even got Jermell Charlo. So I don't know if that's going to work for him. Also on boxing, here's the schedule of Floyd Mayweather, legendary boxer, the best ever, 50-0, you know what I'm saying? Watched all his fights, at least half of those fights. He's one of the greatest. He's on my Mount Rushmore. He's coming out with 2 exhibitions and then out of retirement for a pro fight. He's got April 25th. He's going to be facing Mike Tyson in Congo in an exhibition. I don't know how I feel about that. Then he's going to come back again in 2 months against Zambidis in Greece, June 27. And then on September 19, in Las Vegas at the Sphere, he's going to fight Manny Pacquiao. The rematch, part 2, in a pro fight. I'm going to hope that these exhibitions, he don't come out injured. These are if he comes out 100%. I would not want him to be injured. At 49, training for 3 fights in 1 year is fucking crazy. Like, his last 6 fights were not more than 2 fights. He always fought on Cinco de Mayo, and he always fought on the Mexican Independence Day. Those were the best money. So I hope he knows what he's doing. You know what I mean? Because I still got him defeating Manny Pacquiao in the rematch. We don't need him being at 50-1. That'd be fucking crazy. All right, let's get into MMA. Announcements. We got Hab Reraw taking on Benson Henderson at welterweight and PFL. If you don't know who Benson Henderson is, he's former WEC lightweight champion and former UFC lightweight champion. He's fought at Combate. He's fought at Bellator. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He retired and he's coming back for what? I don't get it. But I like this fight. JDM, former UFC welterweight champion, taking on Carlos Prates, May 2nd in Perth. I got Prates all day, but let's see what happens. We got plenty of time until that happens. The White House card is going to be announced this coming week by via Dana White. Per Dana White. He's announced it. He's gonna get my drinks, mix them up a little bit. Yeah, Dana White is definitely gonna announce the White House card. Finally, we get to see if we're gonna get Alex Pereira versus John Jones. Probably Michael Chandler on that card. Maybe even Conor McGregor, Colby Covington, Kayla Harrison versus Amanda Nunes. Like, hopefully. I'm expecting Nunes versus Harrison. Otherwise, when it comes out to the men, I don't know. We got UFC 326 going down. Las Vegas, Nevada at the T-Mobile Arena. It's this Saturday, bruh. This Saturday it's going down. I love it. Fight card. This is going to be a fucking killer card. I can't fucking wait. We're going to talk about that card and April's card. But it's going to be main evented by Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira Part 2 BMF title at lightweight. I got Holloway all day, retaining the BMF title. This is our segment, Who You Got. So I got that. I got Holloway. Co-main event, Kyle Baharlo. I can't even say his name right, but he's part of the Fighting Nerds, taking on RDR. Damn. I'm going to go with Kyle on this one. RDR made me worry a little bit last time where he didn't fucking, he couldn't get off his stool. At lightweight, we got Moricano versus Brian Ortega. Hell yeah. Ortega finally at 55. He should have did this shit 2 years ago, just being honest. Rob Font taking on Rosas Jr. Oh, they're going to test him out. I think they're doing great with Rosas Jr. To see what he's all made of. He wants to be the youngest UFC champion of all time, breaking John Jones' record. Let's see if he can do it. But you gotta beat the Boricua and Rob Font. So let's see. Mexico versus Puerto Rico. Not literally. And we got Cody Garbrandt. Yes. Former bantamweight champion taking on Long. Honestly, I hope Cody could win every fight now. Every fight. He has no choice. He needs to win fights now. Ever since he won, he lost the title back in the days to TJ Dillashaw. He just never could go back up. He just kept going up and down. But that's UFC 326. Goes down this Saturday. Going down Paramount Plus. I love it. Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena. I can't wait. Let's see. I got. These are my fights that I got. Okay. Now, before we get out of here, look at this shit. We got the card for UFC 327 in Miami at the Chiesa Center. Whoo! Now, this is a fucking card. This card foams out the dick, definitely. So, we got the vacated light heavyweight championship at 205, which that means Alex Pereira is no longer at light heavyweight. Former middleweight champion, former two-time light heavyweight champion, looks like he's going up to heavyweight. I can't fucking wait. But the vacated title is going to be Yuri Prochazka taking on Carlos Ulberg. That's a fight. That's a fucking fight. And I will be amiss if I don't go for Carlos Ulberg. But Yuri Prochazka, he's been in 4 light heavyweight championships. Has it been 4? Well, no, 3. This will be his 4th. He had 2 fights with Pereira that he lost. He won the title back in the day to Glover Teixeira. Now he's trying to be a 2-time champion. This is his 4th go around with the belt on the line. He beat Khalil Roundtree. He beat former champion Jamal Hill. This is interesting. This definitely shakes up the light heavyweight division. Co-main event is going to be Joshua Van, the newly crowned flyweight champion, taking on Tyra. Tyra. No. Tyra. I'm sorry, Tyra. There we go. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I mean, I don't know. Let's see. You know, he won the belt due to an injury, so let's see what he's able to capitalize. You know what I mean? We got Curtis Blades taking on Hokit, with a heavyweight division looking shittier and a possibly vacant title soon due to the eyes damaged by Tom Aspinall. You know, if he don't come back 100%, I don't think he's fucking coming back at all. So I don't think Curtis Blades can afford to lose any more fights at heavyweight. We got Dariush versus Torres. I think Dariush is at a decline, so I think Torres is going to be a sure shot for that one. Ooh, I love this one. Dominic Reyes versus Johnny Walker. This is a long time fucking coming, yo. Like, we got the guy who people arguably said beat John Jones in his last heavyweight championship fight against the guy who they said was going to be the next John Jones at light heavyweight. Reyes Walker, I can't fucking wait. I can't wait. If I'm being honest, Dominic Reyes got all the tools to knock Johnny Walker out. This next fight actually concerns me. We got former Bellator prospects. Well, not really. One was a former Bellator prospect. The other was actually the former Bellator featherweight champion. I'm talking Patricio Pitbull taking on Aaron Pico. I like and I hate it. Because Patricio Pitbull was basically held hostage by PFL. He wanted the UFC to take him. But the crazy shit is when he stayed with Bellator, when they were trying to do super fights, super championship fights, and Patricio Pitbull had a long ass fucking career, for being honest. You know what I mean? He's a 2-division champion at Bellator, one of the few to ever do it, right? He was former multi-time featherweight champion. He beat Michael Chandler in round 1 for the lightweight championship, and he held both titles simultaneously. He eventually lost against AJ McKee. He tried to go for 3-division champion by going all the way down to bantamweight to take on Sergio Pettis. He lost. And then he's been taking too much time off, being held hostage at PFL. He didn't do a great job trying to impress the UFC brass in his debut against Yair Rodriguez. He's on the tail end. He's 1-1 in Bellator. Not a lot of Bellator guys are doing magnificent. You know, we got MVP. We got let me see. We got MVP. Goddamn. We had Will Brooks at a time. Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler's only won 2 fights in the UFC. Exciting fights that, he's been a part of. That he probably got performance of the night, knockout of the night, all this shit. But in the same sense, Michael Chandler's only won 2 fights. I think he's 2-6, which is bad. You know what I mean? Bad. He's not even going to be in no conversation of no title. But he's a blue collar American. He's a great guy, I guess. The UFC loves him. Patricio Pitbull ain't none of those things. You know what I'm saying? He can't cut a promo, none of that shit. Aaron Pico, they fucking grinded to get him. You know what I mean? UFC was begging to get him. And when they finally got him, what happened? He took on Lerone Murphy and got knocked the fuck out by a spinning elbow. A spinning elbow knocked the man into another dimension, another realm, which is sad. It's fucking sad that's what happened. And if he would have knocked out Lerone Murphy, we would be talking Alexander Volkanovski versus Aaron Pico for the title. Aaron Pico has been a fucking whirlwind of a prospect. You know what I mean? He's got knockouts, he's got wrestling, he's been knocked out. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think the winner of this between Patricio Pitbull and Aaron Pico, which is a fight that should have happened back in Bellator, but Bellator kept dropping the ball. I think the loser is definitely getting cut. Sad if it's Aaron Pico because this is his second fight. This is actually the third fight for Patricio Pitbull. Whoever's getting knocked out is getting cut. If this is a boring fest, they're going to flip a coin on who gets cut. Whoever wins is probably one fight away from getting cut. Sad. And personally, I think they are like top 3 fights that could steal the show in as far as outperforming the whole card. You know, it's a possibility it's Yuri and Alberg. There's a possibility it's Reyes and Walker. But definitely this is a fight that should be considered, talked about. You know, in my mind, with their records and their history, Patricio Pitbull versus Aaron Pico is definitely going to be interesting of who's going to have the better game plan, but how you make exciting fights. Them two don't need to be, if they're going to mix it up, they got to go for the kill. They got to go for the kill and try to take each other's head off. And these are the fighters that are going to be on the prelims. Cobb Swanson, Kevin Holland, Kelvin Gastelum, and Tatiana Suarez. This is going to be an interesting, definitely card. I love it. This is going to be a dope-ass card. UFC 327, Miami, Kia Center. It's going down in April. I can't fucking wait. But that's all we got for Fight Talk. I'm your boy D Jackson, so drop that podcast. Make sure y'all hit that sub button, them comments, likes. You already know what the fucking deal is. Y'all have a good night, alright? Peace.